Good evening, everyone. It is episode number 32 of the BloomCast. It is November 10th, and I think the United States has a new president. I think that we are probably going to have to talk a little bit about politics this episode because just can't avoid it this time. I know that we usually try to steer clear of politics and stuff like that whenever we can. We like to talk about cryptocurrency. We like to talk about technology, and we like to talk about sometimes regulations. But this might be the one episode where we'll actually have to talk a little bit of politics just because you can't avoid it this time. My name is Luis Buenaventura. I'm one of the founders of Bloom Solutions. You are watching the BloomCast, in case you didn't know. And with me this episode is Mark Vernon, CEO of Tag Cash, coming to us live from a different time zone. Coach Eman, cryptocurrency trader, welcome back. We are going to have a funny conversation about the price today, I'm pretty sure. and joining and coming back, his second appearance on the BloomCast, Cuckoo Crypto, representing the Sando gang. Hey guys, is anyone else gonna wear a sando at any point here? Like, what's the plan there? Do you have a sando in Cyprus, Mark? Do you even have sandos?
I have no wife beaters. No.
Okay, so the sando, wife beater, that's a different words for almost the same thing.
At my age, it would be a wife beater. It looks cool on Cuckoo, but not on me. So.
Coach Eman, any plans of ever doing a sando? It's hot, man.
No. T-shirt.
So when we start doing the summer episodes of BloomCast, maybe we can start thinking about the sando thing. I'm gonna be in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna be doing this show from La Union. I'm gonna be moving to La Union. So I mean, it's not the same. The weather is the same. It's not going to be so much hotter there. But like as we get closer and closer to the summer, I might actually think about the whole sando thing. I will consider it, but we'll see. We'll see what the chat says. Let's see who's there right now. I see Sando Gang being represented already. I've got some new names also. Hey, Cuckoo, which ones of these are your guys? It seems like all of these are your guys. You've got Astro, Dane. These are your people, no?
Yeah.
Jihan, Regimar was one of the winners last week. Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you're wondering why there's only 4 of us, I'm not sure what happened to my co-founders. So Ramon is supposed to be on the road. He's actually heading to Batangas, but he promised he was going to make it tonight. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they're able to join us. In the meantime, let's get into the show. Let's start talking about what happened last week. It was a pretty interesting week. I'm pretty sure all of you noticed that the Bitcoin price changed just a little bit last week. Not so much, just like $2,000 or something like that. So we broke $15,000 for the first time in actually Coach Eman will tell us exactly when the last time was, because I forgot. I think it was sometime in June of 2019, but I'm not sure. So this was it's been a really long time since we've been in the $15,000 range. And I just wanted to share this illustration that I made. So every time there's a big Bitcoin price milestone, I used to make these illustrations just to commemorate it. This one is pretty funny because this was my $15,000 Bitcoin price cartoon, but I made it in June of 2019 because I thought we were going to go over 15,000 over a year and a half ago. So I never published it because the price never actually went over 15,000. So I've been sitting on it. I've been waiting for 18 months in order to finally be able to share this with you. And what's really sad about this was that if you remember, in 2019, Game of Thrones was still relevant. And this is, in case you don't know, this is Sansa from Game of Thrones, Queen of the North. The name of the title of this piece is North of 15,000. But anyway, yeah, unfortunately, Game of Thrones is not super relevant anymore. So I feel bad. I kind of missed my window. But I'm sharing it now. I'm already working on a $20,000 illustration also. But I'm not gonna do Game of Thrones because that's probably not a good idea because I don't think people remember that anymore. So yeah, Coach Eman, tell us what happened. Quick reminder to everyone: we were at $13,200 last week. So we started the show. It was $13,200. We are now at $15,400. A pretty big jump, and actually. At some point in the week, we breached 16,000 a few times. We didn't quite hold on to 16,000, but it was pretty strong for a couple of days. Coach, I'll give you the screen now, huh? And then you can tell us what your analysis was.
Okay, so past analysis was wrong. So before we ended the stream, we mentioned that we are looking for the price to go around 12,500, and some of us were also betting for the price to go like Mark. What's your bet, Mark? 1,400, right? Like
13,000. 14,000 because I was being conservative. Otherwise, I would have gone 15.
Oh yeah. Okay, so all right, Justin is here. Let's just do a quick reminder lang for everyone, like what our bets were. So mine was 14,500. Mark was 14 flat. Were you 14 flat, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Coach was looking for lower, no, 12.5.
Yeah, 12,500.
Kuku, I can't remember what yours was.
14.3 or 14.6, something like that.
Okay, you're right. So ours were close, no? We were the optimistic ones. Okay, and then Justin, what was yours?
I think bet last week. I wasn't in the show. But...
Oh crap! Yeah, you weren't around. Yeah. Oh, okay. Did you? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's too bad. Ramon, does anyone remember what Ramon's was? I can't recall now. I think he was kind of at the same range. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, to long story short, none of us got it right.
We're all wrong.
Yeah, we were all wrong. It was I think
wrong.
even Kuku, who was 14,600, is still about $800 off. So it's a very, very large gap. Okay, so no one got it right.
I'm happily wrong.
Yeah. So this is one of those moments where every single one of us is happy that we were wrong. So yeah, Coach, sorry, I interrupted. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so that's why I like this show now. So we can have a different opinion regarding the price. So just to, for example, like having especially in the crypto space, if we're going to compare it to equities and other markets, is very fast. Than the other markets. The cryptocurrency market is fast other than the market. So with that, if we're going to predict for the price, and I hope this analysis or how we bet with the price is also a lesson for those who are new in cryptocurrency market, that price is not the same like the other market that are very slow or where you can hodl and expect for the price to hold around 1,500 or 1,300 and expect for that it will be there for a very, very long time. No, it's not going to be like that. So moving on, I mean also our analysis with BTC is that it must go down around 12,500, but apparently it's now already at 15,500 area. And if I'm going to trade it personally, not a financial advice. So for intraday, I'm expecting for the price to, since we are already on a short squeeze, meaning the buyers and sellers are trying to fade the volatility until there's one bias that should win. So let's say it can be bulls or it can be bears. So on smaller time frame, I also see a possible and potential follow up. So I believe this is not finished yet. So I'm expecting for the price to have a spike, and I call this the paasa pattern. So paasa pattern meaning it's a false breakout. So not false breakout. Yeah, it's a breakout, but there will be a follow up retracement. So
Okay.
if I'm going to use my Fibonacci, we can also see that the price is also in confluence around those areas, like 7,500 to 1,800 to and R1 to 7 Fibonacci retracement extension. Sorry, is around 16,500 to 1,700. So these areas are critical numbers since it hadn't been tested for a very long time compared to this area. So it took us how many months? I believe 1 to
18 well, from when? From when do
1
you start
to
counting?
July to November. So
Oh,
we had a huge retest around this area. So more likely that's one of the reasons why we broke this area, aside from the other sentiments that we had these past few weeks. So yeah.
Zlong is saying in the chat that it's a trap. Is this a trap?
Yung follow-up na spike if we're going to reach the 1,800.
I
Do you
think
think that's
it's
a trap?
in
Yeah.
that there's a better buying opportunity for those looking long.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna
Okay.
get another one. So
Yeah,
people
okay.
are
So
FOMO.
by
Don't
by
FOMO.
that
Don't FOMO.
logic-
That's the trap.
Wait.
there.
So by that logic, do you think that it's better for them to buy now or
If you're short term, I mean, if you're thinking
if you're a day trader,
Yeah.
if you're
4-hour candles, maybe.
yeah,
things like
for
that,
our candle trading for a short period of time, this setup is for you. Pero
Mm-mm.
we call this momentum trading. So you are following the momentum of the candlestick. So as you can see, we had this huge solid green candlestick which shows strength in the market. So with that, if you're going to catch the dip around this area, it will be very critical kasi it might show a potential exhaustion once we reach the 1,800. So,
I mean, it looked like it got pretty exhausted when we started
15,500.
testing 16,000. No, like around that range, it started to really lose steam.
It jumped. It went from 13.6 to 15.5. So
Yeah.
it was good to see
It's
that
also-
pullback. It was almost.
It's also I've noticed a few times now that it's gone up to about 15.5, 15.6, and then drops right down by $500. So that might be a buying opportunity to wait and then just go on the $500 rise. It's done that a few times.
Yeah, it
sell
has
on the 500,
definitely done that a few times over the last 3 days. Charm Hernandez is saying, if it doesn't go down before 8 p.m., I'll go short at 8 p.m. It's like, so at the end of the show, like when the BloomCast ends, she's gonna go right into her trading interface, and she's gonna go short. What do you
But
think?
this is not financial advice. This is not financial
Is
advice.
this a
Remember
short?
that.
Is this a shorting opportunity?
I mean, for Charm, she has her own opinion, but we have different styles, and that probably might work with her, but
I don't know, man. The market's
I
just
don't know.
about to open in North America. That's a long day.
And
You're gonna get momentum from that.
Yeah, and it's Tuesday morning, day after, basically Biden has been established as the next president. Like, seems like you'd be getting some positivity. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you
Even
guys
with the
think?
whole COVID, larger markets reacting on that COVID news or the vaccine news, right? And that spinning a lot of positivity into traditional markets. And normally when the traditional markets goes risk on again, then everyone's a little bit more confident splurging their money. I think it would have been better if the guy in office is more willing to step down. Then we got clear good sentiment, but you never know that guy, man, what he's gonna do.
That's true. But yeah, you're right, and it's not technically over yet. But it's been called by pretty much everyone. Kasi, so
I wouldn't mind Bitcoin staying at here, man. Let's just close the year here. Like going to 2021, not pushing 20,000 all-time highs straight away this quickly. I feel like it's better for us to have a really good run in 2021. So
Zoe Molato in the chat. I just want to say thank you for the Game of Thrones reference. That makes me feel good that at least someone still remembers this fucking show. I wasn't sure. Okay, quick one. Sorry. So, going back to what Justin was saying, Coach, what do you think we're gonna look like at the end of this year? We've got less than 8 weeks. We've got less than 8 weeks. Are we like? So Justin thinks it wouldn't be bad if we were at 15,000 this range. Yeah. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I agree with Justin. So for this year kasi parang there's no any significant number that we have hit this past few years, unlike let's say during 2019, 2018, 2019. So I believe that those range is enough for us to hold around the 10,000 mark. So
Right.
yeah, I see a good positive a good outcome with Bitcoin, especially with cryptocurrency markets. So yeah.
I was looking at the 4-year cycles, and our first year cycle out of the last 4 starts next year, right? And usually, if you look at the last 2 4-year cycles, that first year has been the big one. It's where the price really jumps. So staying where we are now, and then kind of just hovering around these areas, and jumping into 2021. If you look at the last 4 years, 2021 should look really good for us, guys. But yeah, if we promote too much, then I don't know.
You know what I really wish for? Like, I really wish we had already been doing the BloomCast at the last 2 months of 2017, because I kind of feel like I'm seeing deja vu right now. Right. So it would be kind of amazing if we could look back on old episodes and then compare like what we were talking about in November of 2017 as opposed to November of 2020, because the price range is not that different, diba? Like,
the percentages wise.
We're
when you look at it, we're like right on set. But you know what's fun is the next 4 years is going to be a whole lot good as well. I mean, assuming we, this cast lasts for the next 4 years, gonna be
Why not?
a lot of. I know somebody might graduate. I don't know.
But this time round, we're doing. It's a different set of people buying. It's not the retail craze it was before. So it's going to be a lot more steady, I think, this time.
I would think so. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not just retail traders. It's bigger and bigger corporate entities that are buying in tens of millions of dollars rather than kind of what your average person.
You got the longs market, the futures market. I saw a couple of those kind of liquidate over the last couple of days. Which we didn't have previously as well. So it's kind of like it's a more robust market. It's a bigger market. It's got So definitely that retail FOMO that's got not as much effect anymore, I think.
I agree with Justin. Just to add, I also see a lot of potential sectors that are also starting to have a traction. So let's say in energy markets, in cryptocurrency, we already have EWT. Energy web tokens, something like that. So unlike before, Poro is more of utility token and scam ICOs during 2015. So
hey, we've got some scams this year too. Let's not forget. Like, we've got some pretty big scams this year too. But I do take your point. Parang a lot of ICO frenzy in 2017 and 2018, even the bigger ones felt a little sketchy, no? But I take your point. Okay, I know that Coach Eman has a short window lang for this evening. So before he goes, let's make sure we do our weekly bets. And at some point, guys, we are actually gonna have to pay for these bets. We just keep avoiding it because we didn't have a full cast the last time we did this. So 7 p.m. Tuesday next week. What is the Bitcoin price going to be at in dollars? That's the 17th of November. Oh my God, it's the 17th of November now. Holy crap. Okay. Coach, I mean, you already had your analysis. What's your number?
15.
15 flat. 15 flat. What's the exact price right now? I don't have my trading thing open.
15.36.
15,300.
Okay. All right. So you think minor so basically sideways. That's sideways, right?
Yeah.
It's basically sideways market. Okay, sige. So 2% sideways. Okay, sige. Coach is at 15.3. Mark Vernon?
17,000.
17,000. So he did not listen to anything we just said.
Don't listen.
Not what we just said. Okay, 17,000. Justin David.
I'm at
I've been doing this
14.9.
longer than any of you guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue, Mark. I'm not going to argue. You definitely have done this longer than any of us, but it is kind of funny. It's like okay, right. We just spent 15 minutes talking about why it shouldn't be 17, but all right. So Justin is 14,900. That is a sideways. That's also a sideways.
Yeah, sideways. Yep.
Right. Okay. Ramon Tayag, welcome to the show. Sorry, I just dropped you in there. What's where are you at for this week? For next week. Sorry, for next week.
3K.
17.
Hey, you're kind of. Are you
3K.
mute? Are you muted?
You're muted.
You're like.
I am muted.
I think you're muted. Is your microphone on?
I am on.
Hey, you're muted.
Okay, you're.
Okay, he's reconnecting.
Loading.
Kuku. Sige, like while Ramon is reconnecting. The current price is 16.4. All right.
Wow.
There you go. Okay. I'm gonna go with Kuku on this one. I'm gonna be 16.5. Wait, sorry. What was the rule again? It has to be greater than $100 gap, right? So I'll be 16.5. So I'll be higher. I'll be higher. I'm just gonna read through the bets on the chat. Let's see. Grant. 16,000. Tataas, everyone is going. Well, no, we've got one negative, guys. Vincent, 13.9. That's
no, we got
negative.
John Bao. John Bao is going down for 3,000 again. 3K. That's
What the hell? 3,000. Hey, remind me what the year low was. I actually can't.
This year, 3.6.
3.6. We actually hit that low. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
3.6. So he's basically saying even lower than 2020's year.
Yeah. Then the announcement of a
low.
pandemic and the crash of multiple markets.
Yeah.
Maybe Trump declares war or something. I don't know.
Well, wouldn't Bitcoin go up? Wouldn't Bitcoin go up
Yep.
if he did
Well,
that?
yeah, any
Maybe.
bad
I mean,
news when
like-
Bitcoin goes up.
You have enough time to log
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
To buy.
17,000. Jihan is saying 15,500. Okay, all right. So the chat is pretty positive. No, it's looking pretty positive. Bonchoy 14.5. Okay, so we've got maybe 3 that are kind of a little on the low side, but it seems like a lot of people are going on the high end right now. I'm still waiting. Oh, there he is. Okay, Ramon Tayag. We lost you for a little bit. Do you have a? It's like I really can't hear you. Is there something wrong with your? I'm the only one who can't hear him, or are you guys hearing him?
No, I can't hear him. But he's a very soft-spoken guy anyway.
I
No, I
can't
don't
hear
think
him at
that's
all.
the
It's not
reason.
that.
It's not that soft-spoken. Jeez. Let's read a couple more. BJ Rams, the most optimistic forecast, 19,000, but January 2021. It's okay. We're not betting on January. We're only betting on next week. I mean, we can't even get it right for 1 week at a time. So I don't think it's gonna be pretty hard. Zoe is saying 14,500. Wi-Fi at 3,000. What's Wi-Fi at? Isn't Wi-Fi at like 16 right now
15.
or something? 15. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey Mon, we really can't hear you. I'm not sure what's going on with your. Okay. All right. Sige. So, all right. So that's a little too bad. We're gonna have to. Well, let's move on, and then we'll just have him come back. When he's back, we'll just ask him what his bet was. So people in the chat, keep track of your bets. At the moment, there's no money involved in this, naman. It's just for fun. But I mean, if anyone gets it right, we're gonna make sure that we read out your name and congratulate you on your amazing prediction. Coach Eman, any parting words? Oh, you're muted.
See you guys next week.
Okay, okay, bro. Sige, thank you so much. All right.
Parang,
See you again.
parang iba yun
Nice. Okay. All right. So, sige, let's get back to our slides. I hope Ramon can figure out what's wrong with his connection. Okay. Here's something I thought that was kind of interesting. So, in the midst of that incredibly big jump, we jumped $2,000 in price. Bitcoin trading actually went down in October. So this piece of news is really interesting. Bitcoin trading volume on the world's top exchanges dropped by nearly 18% in October. I'm just going to read some of the possible explanations. So on the left here, the higher volatility in September and Bitcoin's decline from 12,000 to 10,000 generated significant volume. In October, there has been an almost uninterrupted rally, and this lack of price reversal and volatility has led to a decline in month-on-month volumes. I'm just going to say really quickly, one of the things Bloom has definitely noticed is that when the price moves up very quickly, we actually see fewer buyers because everyone who is a little bit more experienced in this market tends to wait. Like when they see that the price is skyrocketing, they already know that at some stage there's going to be a small drop, or maybe a big drop actually. So what Bloom has noticed is that we tend to have fewer people buying. There's still going to be a few, but not as many as you would expect in a market that was actually a little bit more steady, which is kind of ironic. I'm going to try Ramon again one more time. Let's see if we can get any audio from him now. Yeah, that is not working.
I think sometimes there's a psychological thing still with Bitcoin where even though people know they don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin, the bigger the number gets, the more people are thinking, oh, it's too expensive now, or I can't afford one whole one again.
Yeah, but with commercial buyers, with institutional buyers, they see past that.
They don't buy. They don't buy on exchanges though.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
No, but they buy someone's Bitcoin up. Which,
this is saying though it's down on the exchanges.
Yeah, just on the exchanges.
Yeah, but if I'm going to sell now, did I go through an exchange selling my Bitcoin? No, I went through Bloom. That's not an exchange, right? So it's going to be more OTC for selling large amounts.
Right.
But buying
actually, so here's an interesting point. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Mark. I understand what Justin's saying also. Actually, just to add some color to that, even if you, Mark, never dealt with an exchange when you bought or sold Bitcoin with Bloom did eventually end up with an exchange at an exchange, true. Right? So because we had to move it somewhere. So your Bitcoin that you sent to us, we do eventually have to liquidate it on an exchange at some stage. So here, one other explanation. It seems there's an increasing number of coins that are being hodled. There has been a lot of activity. The average transaction value increased last month. Both metrics show that users are in fact using BTC, but they are not sending it to exchanges. So interesting. This is actually kind of fits a little with parang what we're seeing, where, if more and more big institutional buyers are coming in, their intention when they buy Bitcoin is not to trade it openly. They just want to buy it and sit on it.
That means that they're also not going to be using it, which is a bit of a shame, because I want to see Bitcoin used in daily transactions. So what's the transactional volume been like compare against that.
Yeah.
Just normal
I
transactions.
unfortunately did not click the link on that article. But if you want to get more information, this is on decrypt.co, and the title is right here. If you want to dive in a little deeper, I just kind of highlighted the interesting parts. But okay, so let's move on to the next bit of news. Oh, so this one was pretty funny, and I just wanted to. So this is the part of the show where I just kind of wanted to talk politics, just very, very quickly. So this is a YouTube video taken by a member of the press, like legit press, right? This is from The Guardian, actually. And the title is How Trump's Presidency Came Crashing Down at Four Seasons Total Landscaping. So this has been all over the internet. Basically, they held a press conference. They made a mistake. They thought that they were going to do the press conference in Four Seasons Hotel. They ended up in Four Seasons Total Landscaping downtown. And this place is if you don't know what Total Landscaping does, they sell soil. It's for gardens. It's a gardening.
Can I say something? This is going to make it more interesting. This is Rudy Giuliani, guys. This is the the sitting president's chief legal attorney, who's supposedly the one providing all the advice for him to sue, for election frauds and stuff. So, very
also the same guy who doesn't know how to tuck his shirt in very well.
Right.
So Rudy Giuliani has been having a pretty bad month. So this video here, and then if you watch the sequel of Borat,
I didn't see that.
he has about 10 minutes there where he does not look great. So yes, that's what Mark was referring to.
He's not.
How did this guy go from like 9/11 hero, right? Post 9/11, he was like the best man in the world, to where he is now.
Yes, I don't know.
This is what he'll be remembered for, not like the excerpt is that he was the mayor in New York during 9/11, but this is what he's going to be remembered for.
John Bao, Rudy the Borat guy. Yes, that's correct. If anyone has seen the Borat,
know this.
It is worth watching it, if only because just to kind of emphasize how bad a month Rudy Giuliani is having. Like that is, it's pretty amazing. So not only did they hold their press conference in the middle of downtown random gardening place, but right beside this building was a place called Fantasy Island, which is an adult bookstore where you can buy pornography and sex toys and things like that. So
that's where Rudy
they are going to be remembered for this press conference. I want to know who the person was who booked it. Like, that's my main question. Like, who booked this, and how could you make a mistake like that? Like,
it was an undercover Democrat. It was an undercover Democrat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
if they're that easy to fool, then they shouldn't be in office. They shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm kind of surprised.
4 years.
I'm kind of surprised that Giuliani still went on mic and talked.
Right.
But that seems like this would be the kind of thing that you would
saw
walk
that
out
clip
of.
on the news. But they zoomed into just the background, so I didn't know that this was the bigger story if you zoomed out in the middle of nowhere. But I did hear that they were very, very low on funds, campaign funds, and apparently they're still sending out campaign fundraising emails. And if you read the fine print of these emails, it says there they can use it for like legal defense, like to fund lawsuits, not just the actual campaign.
Wow.
Well, I don't know why you're still funding them. They've already lost, but it says in the fine print that it can be used to pay for lawsuits.
Right.
Which is hilarious. This could be why not enough funds anymore.
So if you guys go to Google Maps right now and you type Four Seasons Total Landscaping, you will see that it has like hundreds of new reviews, because suddenly this map pin actually matters. But anyway, I guess the reason why I wanted to talk about it was A, it was hilarious, but also B, this has a big part to play in why the Bitcoin price went up. We didn't really talk about it enough last week. Not this particular incident, but like the fact that Trump lost. It kind of coincided with the Bitcoin price going up, Where And what was weird was I wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting that. So why do you guys think that it happened that way? Now, when
Stability.
as Biden became more and more favored to win, Bitcoin's price started to grow up. So Mark, you think that it was because of
Yeah,
stability?
I told you that before. I said the price will be going
Yeah.
up when the election is over, or I thought it'd be over that night. But when it became obvious that he was winning, then because the price was already going up, right?
Yeah.
It didn't go up just but people want stability. They can see that. You think that if it was unstable, everything was unstable, the Bitcoin price will go up, but we're not at that stage where all the monetary systems are defunct yet. So I think just stability, where people say, well, now I can invest for the future. Now I have a bit more security. So where do I put my money? Do I put it back in the stock market? Well, it's still uncertain. So with all the news coming out, it's a combination of that and a bit more stability.
So at the very least, what I was hearing or what I've been reading up on is that if you look at when it started to really move, it was when it was confirmed for Biden, and Biden was going to come on. And one of the first things Biden has done is talk about COVID-19 and how he's going to deal with it. And the world at large at least sees the COVID thing and everything that comes from it as the biggest kind of downside catalyst. So at the very least, there's somebody who's in charge of the biggest economy in the world with a plan, and it's going to be at least a little bit more at least this guy's going to have a proper plan, and we might start to recover from this. And that's when like what Mark's been saying, people became a little bit more confident for stability rather than Trump hasn't had a plan since day one. So
right. Jonna Beth is saying in the chat, uncertainty makes the Bitcoin price go down. Is that the case? I'm not really sure. I feel like I'm not sure actually. Yeah, so I don't have the data to do this analysis properly. But is that is that your guys' sense? It sounds like that's what you're saying, Mark. Where because we were not certain.
Well, it's it's a bit uncertainty either way. So if the US is going to print piles more money, then that's certainty that's going to happen. That's going to also push the Bitcoin price up. But uncertainty where you don't know there's going to be a World War III next week, or you just don't know anything with him, then you don't want to. You just hang on to your money.
So it depends what kind of uncertainty.
Yeah, that's a pretty broad. Ramon Tayag, before we move on past this item, we didn't get your forecast. So what was your for next week's Bitcoin price?
Yeah. So for the record, I didn't hear pretty much your answers. So mine is 16,250.
Oh wow, okay.
16,250. Kuku was 16,250. Oh wait, sorry. Kuku was you? Were you 16,3?
16.3, yes.
Oh, Mon, you have to pick one that's $100 different at least.
200. Go on. 17.2, right?
I was at 16,500. I was 16,500. Kuku was 16,300.
Oh, dang. Okay. 16.5.
But that's mine. So we're gonna go together. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. All right. So Ramon and I are 16,500.
Okay, fine.
Man,
you're forcing me to be bullish here.
Yeah, I guess so. And as we started, as we locked it in, BTC is dumping. Right as you said.
Do I change it one more time?
Let's try that.
No, we're good.
16,800.
Okay,
wait, weren't you 16.5?
Yeah, 16.5. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were 16.5. Okay.
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're at 16,800, that means that you are the most bullish of all of us.
I'm gonna try this without a video. We'll see how much better it is.
Well, the audio is coming in fine. I'm not sure kasi if you can hear us in real time lang kasi. So just wanted to do a quick crypto art segment. So this is a really interesting NFT made by the artist named Beeple.
Is this sold?
Yeah, dude. It was sold for $66,000.
What the hell?
Wow.
So the way this NFT works is that it changes depending on which president won. And then once that president has won, the change is irreversible. So the artwork just stays that way.
Shoot.
So it's a kind of an interesting,
So you never get to see what happens if he did win, or does
I guess
anybody get to see it?
the
Or
only
maker?
person who would know is the artist, because you can't see what the Biden version of it would look like. So this is what the loser Trump one looks like. Anyway, so pretty interesting idea. Again, $66,000 is a lot of money to drop on a piece of digital art, but you gotta admit it's a very unique piece of work. Okay, speaking of unique, so Justin, was this the one you were talking about where you were saying that like DeFi can stay safe too, as long as it's Binance?
Yeah,
Like,
so we've been discussing that a couple times in the past few months, where what happens when one of these decentralized coins that's traded on a centralized exchange, and there's something, some shenanigans or something like that happens, will the centralized exchange step in to protect its users, or in the true sense of DeFi philosophy, each to his own, you use at your own risk, blah, 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 blah. And in this case, we know what Binance is going to do if your DeFi token is traded there. I guess people who have this, DeFi token are happy because Binance is covering it. But it kind of it leads to lessening the credibility of DeFi being a truly decentralized finance coin when you have these sort of plays intact, right?
So let's back up and give the audience some context about what's actually happening with WineSwap. So WineSwap is a new project on the Binance Smart Chain. And just a quick description of what it is. It's an automated market maker. What that means is people can add their funds to it, and it will manage it for trading purposes, for liquidity. So in order for you to participate in WineSwap, you actually have to take some of your funds, some of your tokens. You actually have to give it to the WineSwap smart contract. And as of October 13th, WineSwap launched. People put in about $345,000 worth of their funds. It's about 119 different people. Not that many people actually. So a couple of them must have put in quite a lot of money into this thing. And the WineSwap creator immediately ran off with it. So that's kind of what happened there. So over $300,000 just disappeared from the smart contract. And what Binance did was they followed because it's all on the blockchain naman. It's all, TX hashes. You can look at where it all went. So they discovered that the funds had been converted into various stable coins, some BNB, some Ether, some Link. And then here's the really interesting part. Within 24 hours, by October 14th, we successfully identified the scammer and made contact with the individual shortly thereafter. My biggest disappointment when I read this article was that they didn't tell you how they did that.
Yeah, what is the process of recovery, right? What did you do? Like tie this guy, interrogate
And the
him?
boys ran with the baseball bats.
Like what did they do? How did they convince him? Like knowing that they had been caught red-handed, they were quick to cooperate. Like that doesn't sound realistic. Like what did they do? I want to know. Like there's got to be something more to it.
Baseball bats, I reckon.
They gave up somebody higher, right?
So what's interesting? Oh, that's really interesting, actually. So they rolled over. Nice.
Snitched.
So they snitched on someone. Yeah. No, but see, that's what's interesting to me. No, so firstly, they were able to find the creator of an anonymous project. That was the whole point of WineSwap. It was anonymous. So they found him. They immediately found a way to get him to cooperate and return the funds. So like I feel like there's a whole other story just in those 1 or 2 sentences that I want to know the truth about. So yeah. Anyway, so where are you guys at with this whole DeFi thing? Do you feel like it is okay that Binance stepped in and did all this? it's very likely that they obviously they did. They used all of their own resources to find that person, to do all the trading necessary to get people back their tokens, because it had already been converted. So that means that Binance had to spend on all of the conversions in order to get people back their funds. So where are you guys at? Do you think that this is the right way to approach DeFi, or what do you guys think?
Well, it's a win for these guys, right?
I mean, they got their money back. The customers got their money back. Yeah. Mark Vernon, I know that you are okay with like hybrid, decentralized platforms.
Well, I think there's not enough work done in showing the code that will result in an exit scam. Because, I've created a contract with Tagbond where people can deposit money or funds inside the contract. But I can always take it out. So you need to be able to, I'm going to try and change that so that when funds are put in, there's no way of getting out of the contract except by whatever the contract's supposed to do. So I think whichever projects, there should be something that identifies them as, a loophole or not. But yeah, I'm okay with using something like Stellar Dex with a centralized backend that use trust, whether that's for money or for, collateralized assets or whatever. So all this DeFi stuff, I mean, I'm just a lot more wary of it because of this now. Not just this, others as well. So I'm probably not going to invest this way. Not for a while.
Cuckoo, speaking for, you've got hundreds of new crypto users because of Axie and all of that stuff. Speaking for them, do you feel better knowing that Binance is going to step in and try to get your money back? I guess so. No, like, does that make you feel safer? What's your take on this?
Not really, unless they provide transparency how they did that, because there's something fishy on identifying the scammer and then without disclosing that identity to the public. So,
also, this is a crime, no? This is a crime.
Right.
Shouldn't that person be charged with something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think people are doing this just on purpose to get because I'd never heard of this before. So now they get a lot more publicity because they've done it.
Yes. Correct. It's something like a PR, something like that.
Yeah, PR.
I mean, it certainly works for PR. You're right. I have never heard of WineSwap.
I mean,
now I have. So
if this is all fake news, Binance, and that's uncovered, Binance will be in a bit of, well, I guess it's still PR if they find out they fabricated this whole ruse just to get attention.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like there's lots of other ways they can get attention. This is not a particularly easy one.
In real life, someone would go to jail. Someone will get prosecuted in jail. If they don't, why not?
Yeah.
Are we just more lenient
so.
in the crypto scene? Are we more lenient? We're going to let you go. This happened. Was it last week? The week before? We know who it is, but give us the money back, and nothing will happen.
Yeah, actually, that's true. In real life, this guy returns the funds and goes to jail because he did commit a crime.
Yeah,
so it looks like in this case he's just returning the funds, and who knows if they're letting him.
For me, that's it sounds like a PR scam.
Well, I mean, I will say that there's some stuff missing in the story. I'll leave it at that, because I guess it's also part of Binance's blog, right? So it was not written by a journalist. It was not written by someone who was a third party who was investigating the incident.
No research. Yeah, no research. No fact checking.
Yeah. Right. So we'll just take it for what it is right now. Bri Ledesma is reminding us of this very important deadline. The dickening is scheduled for December 31st, 2020. So I didn't realize that he'd changed the schedule. Has anyone been following this? Because I didn't realize he changed the deadline.
I thought it. Okay.
I love that. The dickening. I haven't heard that one before. The dickening.
I think it was 1 million. Wasn't it less than 1 million? Is it 500?
That was the first time.
That was 1 million.
The first time. And then he changed it. And I guess this has been changed again. It's weird. Yeah.
If he's in jail by the end of the year, is he in jail already? No. Is he?
No. He was arrested, but I don't believe. Well, he's probably detained. He's probably detained.
So if
detained
he's in
somewhere.
jail, I think that someone else would probably make it happen.
Huh? Like, okay, let's not go down that road.
Okay.
But okay. Thank you for the reminder, Bri. I don't think we're gonna do a BloomCast on December 31st, but we'll talk about it when we come back the following week, I guess. Okay.
Hey, Luis, you know what this DeFi thing?
Yes.
The biggest revealing thing for me was how the philosophy of being decentralized is mitigated by a centralized exchange. And it was funny because the following story after Binance produced that was somebody who paid $9,500 in ETH fees for a $120 transaction on the DeFi platform, right? And it went a bit viral because he was begging with the miners to send him back the money back, or he was asking it for it back, and none of them were replying to him, right? So here's a guy who's an active participant in a decentralized token, and the moment he made a mistake using MetaMask, I forget what it was also an AMM. It was also one of similar to Wine Token, right? Did you hear about that, Cuckoo? Yeah, and then the Reddit blew up, and everyone's like giving him shit because that's what happens when you play with DeFi. And he's trying to do this whole campaign on Reddit now to get the miners to hear him out and give him
$9,500 worth of gas seems like a lot of gas.
Yeah. His MetaMask did not have it as auto or something like that. I don't know. There was something up with that, but yeah. Needless to say, his transaction confirmed really quickly though.
Oh yeah. I bet
it's done in like 20 seconds.
Even before he clicked submit, it had already confirmed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think humanity is ready for truly decentralized. I think that's the point I'm trying to make here.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not, because anybody here can or anybody in the comments might, it's the thing. But let's have a conversation if something like this happens to your tokens, or you get a scam, you get the rug pulled out of you. If you're running to somebody to try and resolve the mistake.
One quick since we're talking about Ethereum, I just wanted to I didn't get to put this in the show but I want to this is notable. So ETH 2.0 is moving forwards, and as part of the, I guess it's slightly symbolic, I guess. So Vitalik has already put $1.4 million worth of his own Ether into ETH 2. To kind of indicate that he thinks that it's ready, so that is definitely starting. It's actually open to the public already. People can start depositing their ETH.
30
and sorry,
32. Is it 30, 32? 32.
So it's a 32 ETH minimum, but there are already companies and smart contracts that are allowing people to pool their ETH together. So that they can.
You earn a bit of interest on this, yeah. You earn a bit of money from it. So I mean, I've already looked into it. Probably be putting about $1 million worth of Ether into it, because I'm just sitting with me doing nothing.
So is this a bullish?
No, it's just that I'm sitting on ETH and it's not doing anything for me. So I might as well stick it somewhere. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna lose it.
I think that so if I were you, Mark, I would generate an Ether address that has the tag letters at the front, because that's what Vitalik did with his. So the reason why we know that it came from him was because it was the first three letters was VB2. So he identified he actually had one of those.
I don't know, because that when it comes to tax and I want to stay a little bit.
Mark, you've said enough in these podcasts that
but saying and actually doing it and proving it, they're two different things,
Okay, all right, fine. I would do it that way, even if I only had $1 million pesos, and that I'd probably do it that way, just because I want to have my name as one of the first few people that put their funds into.
Well, if you were, I suppose you could always stick tag in front of an address and do it for me, and then I get into trouble because of you. So I suppose it won't make a difference if I do it.
Nice. Raf Padilla.
What's the return? What's the return? Just before you get
so it's variable. So okay, let me answer that really quickly. It's variable at the start. It's looking like 20% per annum, but as more and more people come in, it's going to drop to single digits.
Wow.
So which is fine by me. That's what I was looking at. That's much more than I get doing anything else.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
for a
think
while.
it's going to stay that long.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll be happy with 5 or 6%. That'd be good.
Yeah. I think that's safe. I think most estimates was that it'll probably settle around 6 to 8%, actually. But not.
And I used to be I'm mostly a Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, but since I've got some ETH, I might as well use it. I don't want to change it. It's not like it's going to go bust or it's going to go down. It's here for the long term. So
I've got a pretty big art drop on the 19th of November, Mark. If you want to get into the crypto art scene, along with some of our other friends in the chat, Colin, Peter Ing, they're all really into this crypto stuff right now. And it's very rare that a collector like yourself, would have a chance to get to know the artist very personally before he buys art. So really, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity.
I know you want to be the first NFT art billionaire. So I'm not going to help you.
Where's the love, man? Hey, if the tax people try to recover funds from us, we're giving you up right away, Mark.
Thanks.
Wait, I never got to read Raf's. I wanted to read Raf's comment, but we kept getting distracted. Even in politics, we've never been ready for a truly decentralized governance. That's why we have rare cases of pure democracy. And most, if not all, democratic regimes are actually representative forms. Yeah, I think that's true. People, I think, parang maybe the simpler way to say it is that people are kind of dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
So we need ways to correct mistakes, and true decentralization makes that quite hard. Yun lang. That's the main problem. It makes it hard to correct mistakes. One question from Brian that I think is kind of funny. Is there any 11/11 Bloom Bitcoin price sale tomorrow? So we don't typically do that for Bitcoin. So don't expect that Bloom is gonna suddenly say, "Hey, 10% discount on Bitcoin," unless the price drops. So if the price drops 10% between now and tomorrow, then sure, okay, we'll give you 10%. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's about it. So Mark has just told me that his internet has been hit by lightning. What the hell? Okay, so we've just lost both Mark and Ramon.
Mark, our Mark. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he just dropped off. Yeah, okay.
See, so that's what happens, Mark, when you try to dodge the tax authorities. They strike swiftly.
Right, apparently. They're faster than Binance.
You don't give love to Luis like that. That's what happens, man. We get Thor on you.
Oh, man.
They're watching.
Yeah, they're watching. Here he is. He's back. Okay. I guess he must be using his phone.
I just got hit. My aerial just got hit by lightning. So
far out.
I've got this.
Mark,
I'm on my phone
listening.
now.
They're listening.
Mark, they're listening.
The taxi.
They bug your home.
Yeah.
So now, man.
One more DeFi news, but this one from the funnier DeFi chain. So the Sharktron, another anonymous developer who built another exchange called Sharktron, has run off with $15 million, way bigger than the $340,000 that was lost in the Binance exit scam. This one's kind of interesting because it seems like Justin Sun himself had promoted Sharktron without realizing that it was a scam. So now the question is, because Justin Sun is so visible, and it doesn't seem like his team has done anything to freeze the scammer's wallet, is there some kind of liability here for Justin Sun or the Tron Foundation or one of these guys? Like, if they helped promote this thing and this guy ran off with $15 million worth of everyone's money, what's the liability like for the person who helped promote it? I mean, obviously Justin Sun was not the person who stole the money, but he did help boost it. Is there any liability here, or is it mostly just reputational?
It might be like a duty of care because you're providing all this kind of endorsement of it that you. There you go. Raf is saying yes, definitely. Yeah. So that's what I'm imagining, that there's some sort of thing. Hard to. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it's where do you start with this? Unless everybody gets together who lost their money and funds
so class action.
Class action. Unless there's one big guy there who's just willing to go after him. But yeah.
Okay. I think the problem is that Justin Sun doesn't really think twice about shilling stuff. He just shills everything that has to do with Tron, and unfortunately, he got burned by this one. I, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the second time that someone has gotten exit scammed by a DeFi project that was built on top of Tron just in the last 2 months. So it's not even a long time ago. It's just very recently. It's already happened twice. What does Raf mean by this joke? Justin Sun should ask Floyd Mayweather about the liability.
Well, they went after him, right? What was Floyd's coin back?
When he promoted,
his ICO.
There's the link. Floyd Mayweather endorsed Centratech ICO co-founder to plead guilty. Okay, that's the news article there. Okay, interesting. So where's the Sandogang? Sandogang, if you're in the chat, sound off. We want to make sure that everyone's still there. We're about to talk about the Axie stuff now, because we talked about all of this other news, because I guess the main thing that we're trying to state lang here, make sure that everyone knows, no, you just have to be careful, guys. There's a lot of weird stuff out there that look like they're really profitable. The wine thing before, and then this shark thing now. Just be careful, guys. There's a lot of stuff a lot of smart people there who are trying to actively take your money, which is kind of sad, actually, but that's kind of how it goes. Okay, so some good news, naman. This one really took us all by surprise today. So apparently, Binance is not just listing Axie Infinity's governance token, which was AXS. Last week, they listed AXS, but now they're also going to list SLP. Kuku, can you, again, just for everyone's, so we can remember, what's the difference again between AXS and SLP? Like, what do you do with them?
Yeah, AXS is used for governance and staking. That's the main token of Axie Infinity. SLP is a utility token used for breeding Axies. And
correct me if I'm wrong, SLP is the one that everyone has had for a while, no? Because it's been the main token for the last year.
Yes.
So that means that most of the Pinoy players who have been playing Axie Infinity for the last 6 months or last year or whatever, almost all of them are going to be sitting on SLP.
Yes.
Do you know off the top of your head what the price is right now?
SLP right now is 2.30.
Okay. Pesos? Pesos? Okay. So how are you, so just for how are you doing that conversion? So you're going SLP to ETH or something else? SLP to ETH.
SLP to ETH, and then ETH to pesos.
And then how are you doing ETH to pesos? Like, are you using someone's rate? Like, what's the rate that you're using for that?
So we swap SLP ETH to Uniswap, and then send it to CoinsPH or some other players are using Binance.
Okay, so you're using Coins.ph's Ether buying rate in order to do the calculation. Okay, so we're at roughly 2 pesos and 50 centavos. What was the I was reading in Crypto.ph that it went up really, really hard like a few hours ago because of this news.
Yes.
What was the price before?
Before under 1 peso, like around
wow. Okay.
One.
So more than double.
Yeah, double. Yeah.
Wow, damn. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay.
So It's payout time for Filipinos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make your
So,
profits,
okay.
people.
Let's just give some detail on what this is. No, there's some stuff here that I didn't understand immediately. So, the Binance is going to list Axie Infinity SLP on the innovation zone. That is not the same as the order book exchange, the spot. They call that the spot market. So the innovation zone is where all of the DeFi tokens are. No, like when I was looking at it, it seemed like there was a lot of DeFi tokens there. Um, and I think what that means is so when you try to trade in the innovation zone of Binance, they actually make you agree to a different set of terms. Like they actually ask you, like, do you know that there is a possibility that because of the volatility of these tokens, you could lose as much as 50% of your money or more? And then do you agree not to hold Binance liable for those losses? So we actually have to check that off in order to start trading in the innovation zone. But that being said, like you guys have long been trading SLP to ETH on Uniswap. So I think you guys are already pretty used to trading this type of thing. No, it's not anything new. The only difference is that Binance has deeper liquidity.
Yeah. And that's the reason why most of the Filipino players, got that uni drop before, because we're using Uniswap as to swap our SLP to ETH.
Do you guys use any other DeFi exchanges? Any other
No.
DEXs? So it's just
No,
Uni.
no.
Is it
Yeah,
because
it's
the other ones don't list SLP yet?
No, actually, there's a lot of exchanges that listed SLP without telling the team.
Okay.
Piggybacking the hype. But the team is always recommending to use Uniswap because most of the liquidity is from the
Right.
players are already there. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we have a lot of people. Well, we have one person who is spamming Axie #1 a lot in the chat right now. Okay, it's like Paul, we get it. We you think that Axie is #1. I get it. You don't have to keep doing that now. You can stop now.
chill.
Okay. So sige, yeah, chill out, bro. It's fine. So do you think so one of the other advantages to Uniswap is that you can just all you need is a MetaMask wallet and you're done, right? You can start trading. Do you think your community members are going to move to Binance because of this?
Well, there's a lot of people trying to do that, but because of the challenges on KYC, taking too long, and the difficulties on how to swap it, how to use the platform, they prefer to use Uniswap and then swap it to coins.ph and convert it into PHP. So the challenge is how do you convert your SLP into pesos quickly?
Yeah, right.
Without this, using these platforms, because most of them are not used to do swapping into DEXs or using cell phones to swap, interacting with Ethereum network. They don't know what ETH is. They don't know. They do know SLP and then exchange it to PHP. So.
Let me just quickly answer this question from Jornok. Is there going to be a replay of the show? If you actually, it'll happen on Facebook, on the Facebook Bloom page. It's automatic. As soon as the show is over, you can actually watch the video again. And it just sits there in our feed and you can watch it for as long as Bloom is around. You can watch all of the old videos if you want. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more about this stuff because, Kuku, after our show last week, you and I started talking about what we could do to help the Axie Pinoy community. If there's something that Bloom can do to make their lives a little bit easier. So my first thought was, I can definitely make a system where Axie players can convert their Ether into peso at a better rate than coins.ph. So coins.ph on average is about 2% kasi Bloom is less than 1%. So you'll save money there. Right there pa lang, you'll save money na. But as I thought about it more and more, it became obvious that you guys actually need a more direct way to go, so you don't even need Ether. Is there any, so you want to go AXS to peso, SLP to peso. That is the thing that you really want to be able to do. So the service that Bloom is putting together is what we call AXS and Ether cash out service. We have spent the last last week actually building this, but it's very, very simple. It's very manual, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking feedback from the community over the next month to learn what you guys need, and then we'll keep improving the service. Now, I'll show you how it works really quickly. It's very, very simple. And it's as simple as this, actually. So here's what you need to do. The only thing you need to do, you need to go to the BloomX org page, fb.com/BloomX org. You're already there. If you're watching this show right now on Facebook, you are already there. You have to click send message. And then if you upload these three things, upload your ID, your email, and your mobile number, we'll consider you a signed up customer of this service. Now, the reason why we need you to sign up before is because the first 100 signups will get 0 transfer fees for their first 2 cash outs. So that means we're gonna waive normally that's a 40 peso transfer fee kasi. But for the purposes of this promo, the first 100 people who sign up, they won't have to pay the 40 pesos. Bloom will cover that. Your minimum cash out is 1,000 pesos. And we support a whole bunch of different currencies. So if you have AXS, that's fine. If you have Ether, that's fine. I don't think you guys are using Bitcoin, but if you do have Bitcoin or USDT, we can handle that also. And there's this screenshot here on the right. This is actually what it looks like. It's a Facebook chat. So you can actually chat. You can say something like, I want to sell 500 AXS. And then our chatbot will tell you, okay, so I took the screenshot in the morning, by the way, so the price is different now. It said, as of 9:56 a.m., November 10th, so just this morning, we buy AXS at 16 pesos and 18 centavos. And then it tells you, you can sell 500 AXS for 8,090. And then this amount below, it says net amount you'll receive after 40 peso withdrawal fee is 8,050. So what we're going to do for this promo is you will get 8,090. You won't get the 8,050. You'll actually get you won't have to pay for the 40 peso withdrawal fee. So again, if you want to sign up for this, you go to fb.com/BloomXorg, and then you leave us a message there. And then we'll help you with the ID, the email, all of that stuff. Once you've done that, you're okay now. That's all we need. Kuku was saying that you guys have a hard time with the KYC part because it takes so long. In this case, there's no waiting time. We just need to collect it, right? And then you're all set. And what we can guarantee is that Bloom's price will always be better than the coins.ph price. And actually, for your first couple of transactions now, we're even going to waive the cash out fees so that you can save a little bit more money there. Kuku, I know that it was really our conversation, you and I, that really convinced us that we need to do something about this, because we can actually do something to make Axie players' lives a little bit easier. So hopefully, like within the next couple of days, maybe we can work together to make a tutorial video or something like that para makita din ng community how easy it is.
Yes.
So I should let the community know that we would never have gotten this idea if Kuku hadn't brought it up. No, so he and I were talking after the show last week, and he was talking about all of the experiences of the Axie players, and we would not have thought that this was needed if he hadn't mentioned it. So Kuku is looking out for you guys. Yeah, and what I wanna make sure that everyone knows is that this is a service that we are going to continue to improve, but we need your help to tell us what you guys need. Right? We're gonna start really basic, but when as people start to use it, we'll have a better idea of what you guys need. By the way, if you if you kunwari, this 500 AXS for 8,000 pesos, once you've deposited the 500 AXS, it takes us less than 5 minutes to pay your money to you. We can pay to any bank in the Philippines. We can pay to GCash, PayMaya, even Coins.ph, actually, if you had a wallet there. So we can pay to all of those. And for your first 2 transactions, it'll be a free service fee. So yun. So guys, the people who are already like looking at this, please message us in our Facebook page so that we can start collecting your names, and then we'll add you to the list of the 100 people who get the free transfer fees. I'll post this in the Axie Infinity group also, so everyone can see it, and it's a little bit easier. Off the top of your head, Kuku, is there anything else that you think that we need to give the community so that they can have an easier time?
Yeah. This service will be great help for the community. It's masakit sa pakiramdam when receiving, messages that they sent their SLPs to Coins.ph, and they sent their SLPs to SLP contracts. They sent their Ethereum to certain contracts or something like that. And they're having a hard time converting their, hard-earned SLPs to pesos. So with this service now, I know most of them will have an easier time to convert whenever they want their SLP to pesos without that using too much or interacting with other decentralized exchange tools, which most of them are not familiar how to use those tools.
When you told me that story earlier about people who accidentally sent their SLP to Coins.ph, like that's such a painful story because there's no way to take it out of that wallet anymore. And that's so unfortunate. What I can tell you is that the back end of Bloom, so this is the medyo tech part na to, no? The way that we're building this service, we're using Binance underneath it. So you can send SLP, you can send AXS, you can send DAI, you can send Ether, whatever, and it'll get processed properly. So parang we're building it on pretty strong infrastructure. So we're pretty happy. We're pretty confident that we can handle almost any token that you send to it. But obviously, stick to the ones that we have agreed on. Wag naman yung mga really exotic stuff. But pero like for AXS, for SLP, for stuff like that, definitely can handle it because Binance supports it directly now, right? You can start depositing na as of a few hours ago. So actually, perfect timing nga siya. Now there's so many more options. Just want to answer one really quick question here in the chat. Joe is asking, no app, just message na lang. Yeah, that's correct. So there's no app. It's just Facebook Messenger, and you'll be able to as long as you can send your tokens to the address that we give you, you're good to go now. That's all that's necessary there. So it's pretty simple. SLP to Coins.ph is a horror story, man. Yes, that's really a horror story. So basically, this platform eliminates the middleman factor transferring SLP to 3 different platforms. Ano 3? Bakit naging 3? Is it because
the first transaction is to sync your SLP to your wallet from Axie dashboard. So you need to sync. So that's the first thing to do. And then after you sync your SLP to your wallet, you send you open Uniswap to swap your SLP to ETH. And then once you converted your SLP to ETH, then they send their ETH to coins.ph or Abra.
And then from coins.ph, saka siya pupunta sa bank account mo or sa GCash mo. So actually may pang-apat pa. Wow, okay.
Yes.
Wow,
so too much process.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to shortcut that entire process, go directly from SLP to pesos in your GCash or your PayMaya or wherever. What do you think is the most popular like is it still bank accounts or are most people just using
Digital wallets like Gcash, PayMaya, and Coins.ph
Okay.
are used. But most of them are using Union Bank right now because we teach them how to get a card or
That's
debit
even
card.
better. So
Yeah.
actually, if they use Union Bank, okay, here guys. So I'll tell you a quick secret. If you use Union Bank, because Bloom is also on Union Bank, your transaction happens almost instantly, because it doesn't even go outside of the bank anymore. It's just internal to the bank, right? So that's even better if you guys have Union Bank accounts. Grab Pay, wow. Do we have GrabPay, Justin? I don't think we have GrabPay. I think that's
Actually, meron siya sa InstaPay. Sorry. Am I mute?
we?
No. Yeah, pero yeah, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure GrabPay is on InstaPay. So
Yeah.
pwede yan.
Sige. Okay.
There's
all
another
right.
question up there
How was
about
it?
KYC, walang ID. Guys, I know you can go to your local barangay and get certified there. They'll print out something that they stamp their seal on and proves who you are, where you live, and that's sufficient for our KYC. So, kung wala kayong mapakita na ID, that's quick and easy enough. Unless you can go to your postal office and get a universal ID. But the fastest one I've heard of is the barangay ID.
It's different from so there's a postal ID, but there's also a UMID, right? So those are the UMID is the one that kind of di ba SSS yung that's the one that's kind of long. Yeah.
Postal, I think you can get on the day as well. I think if you go to an actual post office. But I know the fastest one is the barangay one. The barangay one is just it's a piece of paper that they they put your name on, right, and then address, name, and then they seal it. So yun.
Right. So guys, if you've got questions like that, I mean, obviously you can ask us here, no, but you can also ask us directly in the Facebook page. So if you have questions, if you have an ID that you're not sure if this is valid or not, just show us and then we'll tell you. Obviously, don't upload your ID into the comments because that's identity theft. So yeah. Anyway, so that's it. That's what we wanted to announce. Again, please start leaving your names and numbers in our Facebook inbox para we know who you are, and then we'll message you when we're ready. So the goal is to start this service on Monday morning on November 16. And we're as long as we are not hitting any other problems, we'll just keep going from that point on. And then hopefully by the next episode, we'll even have a tutorial that we made with Kuku in order to guide you guys even better. So that's the goal right now. I really hope that we're able to create something that you guys find useful. Any parting words? It's 7:54. We've got about a few minutes left. That was kind of the end of it. Oh yeah, my usual if you've got questions, if you have some feedback or some projects that you want us to talk about in the next show, please let us know and we'll look at it. Justin, Kuku, any last words? And then I'm gonna jump into the raffle now.
Well, just want to thank BloomX for that service and for the opportunity to guest here and shout out the Axie Infinity community, especially Sandugang. They're now happy. They're sending me messages that at last they have an option to swap their hard-earned SLPs to much easier platform. So thank you.
Nice. Kuku, this was your idea, so thank you. And well, I mean, if it turns out that it's a really hard thing to do, pala, maybe I'll also blame you for it.
So you gotta make sure it works, Kuku.
Yeah, we gotta make sure it works. Yeah. But the thing that I will definitely commit to the community is that we're gonna work our asses off to make sure this is a really good service for you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we've got 73 names in the list today, so it's actually quite a bit. In case you don't know yet, this is the part of the show where we do a random comment pick, and then the persons that we pick will be they will be awarded $20 in Bitcoin each. I'll say, actually, you know what? I'll stop saying it in dollars. 1,000 pesos in Bitcoin each. And we'll contact you after the show if your name is called. And wow, as I was about to get my soundboard, my iPad just crashed. So okay, I guess we're gonna
devices today, huh? Far out.
Yeah, man, lots of technical problems. Okay, all right. So we're
Maybe
gonna
we should next time don't talk about the tax people so much, no? Talagang...
I would have
May
done that.
censorship.
Yeah,
censorship.
ano tayo, minamalas eh.
Damn it. Okay, all right. Yeah, technical problems. Anyway, so we're gonna do this without the drum roll, guys. Sorry about that. But all right, here we go.
Imagine nyo na lang.
Just imagine it in your heart that there's a drum roll right now. Here we go. Drawing for the first winner of 1,000 pesos in Bitcoin. Up, and it can't be Ben Villanueva because he has won twice now. So we're gonna pick another winner. Sorry, Ben. I know that you have won twice. I know that you just won very recently too. Winner number 1. Here we go. Amira Luna. Is this Sandogang or no? Sandogang?
No.
No. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Amira Luna, if you're still in the chat, congratulations. Please, please put your name in the chat or leave a comment in the chat so we can find you. Okay. Anyway, so winner number 2. Here we go. Winner number 2 for 1,000 pesos in Bitcoin. Chris Su. Do we see any? Do we see a Chris Su in the chat? Okay, I don't see that name. Okay, we're gonna have to look for them. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. There. Okay, so Amira has already commented. So congratulations, Amira. Congratulations, Chris. If I can't find you again later, I'm going to post in our Facebook page. I'll say congratulations, Amira and Chris. Please leave your comment there na lang so I can find you more easily. Because there's a lot of comments in the chat right now. Okay. So quick reminders, guys. We do this show every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. We talk about crypto news. We talk about Axie news, and we'll talk about some Bloom updates also. Cool Crypto. Where should people go to learn more about Axie? What about you? What you guys are doing?
Yeah, they can search me on YouTube, Cuckoo Crypto TV. I just got 1,000 subscribers.
Wow. Nice. Congrats, bro. Wow. How many videos do you have?
Sorry?
How many videos do you have?
I think less than 15 or 20.
Because and 1,000 subscribers already. Wow, congrats.
Pag naging 2,000 sponsorship na package
nice.
For the show. Okay.
Wait, nice. I think Justin meant
you.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, okay, there you go. I like that.
Yeah. We're actually giving away a team, a pure virgin team. When you say virgin,
I have no idea what that means. You have to explain
it's a zero breed. I mean, no breed Axie. You can breed that Axie. It's a team. You can start playing Axie and then you can start breeding as well.
Wow.
And we just gave away last night a land plot and some other prizes. And there are a lot of sponsors that are giving.
God, I'd love to hear more about this sort of stuff. It's something very interesting. Cool.
Yeah. Also, bro, if you do the when there's more details on how the whole Axie scholarship thing is working out, and I want you to come back on the show and talk about it also, because I know that a lot of people are trying to apply for it. No, I see that that's like every time I see a notification from the Axie Infinity Philippines group, it's usually because someone is trying to apply for the scholarship. Okay. Justin David, please take us out.
Oh yeah. Thanks, guys. You can check us out on bloom.solutions or on Facebook or on our Telegram thread for updates regarding crypto, if you're looking to liquidate crypto, or for any remittance needs, if anybody's looking for remittance out there. Thanks.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week. And we'll be telling you about how the first day of our Axie cash out service has worked, because we'll be doing it on Monday. So I'm pretty sure I'll have some stories.
Be kind to us, okay, guys?
Yeah. Chill, guys. Chill. No promises, but we'll be a little slow at the start.
Be careful. We know how to turn off iPads as well. And then joke.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
guys.
Good night, and
Thanks,
see you
guys.
next week. Bye.